Okay, Roofman, I had a lot of fun with this movie. And so these scores that I'm giving for these movies are going to be based off of my enjoyment in seeing in watching them, not necessarily like, oh, it's cinematic, it's the best acting ever, it's the best directing ever. It's nothing like that. It's just purely based off the enjoyment while I was watching it. And Roofman, I really enjoyed. This is based off of a true story. It's about the guy that robbed a bunch of McDonald's. He also robbed some Burger Kings and some other things. He got caught, went to jail, but then escaped jail and lived inside of a Toys R Us for 6 months or 6 or 7 months. And but in that time, he created a bond with somebody else. When enough people forgot about him a couple months into hiding, he was able to kind of to go outside as long as he had like a helmet or a hat on and glasses or whatever. So he was kind of unrecognizable. And so once he was able to go outside, he ended up developing a relationship with a Toys R Us worker that he was kind of like watching over and listening over while he was there. And so he kind of just started living a whole second life. His family, or not his family, because his daughter didn't really have a chance, but his ex-wife had kind of forced his daughter away from him to stop talking to him while he was in jail. And so he kind of just felt like he was alone, and he ended up having almost this second family. And so with that, this movie was a lot of fun in that all the actors are very charismatic. You care for all of them. Even Peter Dinklage, who's kind of like an asshole, you end up feeling for him at the end and kind of happy in the lesson that he learns because the guy Jeff, the main guy, robs the Toys R Us he was living in around Christmas time. But then you see the fear strike into Peter Dinklage's character, who's like your stereotypical asshole manager. And so with that, you then feel for him, be like, okay, hopefully in that experience, he learned his lesson. And just the fact that this guy was like, hey, I don't want to be here, I'm gonna find a way out. And he sure found a way out and was able to get away with it for so long. And if he didn't slip up in the moment he slipped up, he could have gotten away with it, and he could still be out there right now. And Channing Tatum has said apparently like this guy still, he is, yeah, a criminal, but he is a good dude. Like this guy's known for being like the criminal that cares for people he robs. And so it just an overall good story. I think it's a heartfelt movie for sure. It's over 2 hours and it can feel kind of long. The only reason, to me, in my opinion, why it felt like it was a longer movie than it should have been is because I saw a 10:30 showing at an AMC, and those fuckers have 30 minutes of trailers before they even get to the movie. So it was like past 1 o'clock by the time I got out of the theater. So I think that's the only reason why I might have felt like it kind of dragged a little bit. But I felt like there's a lot more that could have been added to it as well. So that there's, I think it's probably about like 30 minutes before the movie ends. It feels like they kind of just skip over a bunch of stuff. And I was like, oh, wait, did this happen or that happen or this happen or that? And then, or this could have happened instead. And so it felt like kind of towards the end, they started to rush it a little bit. But it didn't take away from the movie at all. This is a really good movie, and please go see it in the theaters if you can. So that way, movies like this can still be supported. So, and it's just a fun time. Like if you see this with a crowd and the crowd's laughing at the same things, then like you don't then you don't think back on yourself if you're laughing at something dark at home, be like, oh, am I a bad person because I laughed at this dark thing? No, when there's other people around you, you feel incentivized to do it because you understand that this is just life and that's just how it is. So Roofman, again, I loved it. I hope to see more movies like this. I would say this is probably Channing Tatum at his best. He does serious well in this movie. He does comedy well in this movie. As I said, he's charismatic along with Kirsten Dunst. And there's a very stacked cast. Ben Mendelsohn's in this movie. Peter Dinklage, as I mentioned. Juno Temple from Ted Lasso's in this movie. Lakeith Stanfield from Get Out is in this movie. So there's so many people in this film, and they all do such a good job regardless of how big or small their part is. So I would say definitely go see this movie if you can. This is my favorite movie of the month of October so far, and I give this movie a 9 out of 10.